Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Stupid cutscene. Finish this level here. I don't like playing video games with the sound turned on. Done with that. Up. Okay, done with that. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. There we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Are you addicted to video games? Even when the units are turned off? Well, unfortunately, they don't have a Betty Ford clinic for you yet. But I do have a top 5 list from Mike Cook. The top 5 ways to beat video game addiction. Sore thumbs. Sore thumbs. He goes by the handle Evil SpongeBob34 in the chat room. Makes me wonder who the other 33 are. But anyway, he says video games are great fun. And I think we can all agree about that. And sometimes it's okay to go on a gaming binge. At some point, though, you need to stop yourself. And when that time has come, admit that you've got a problem and cut it out completely. Do you suffer from video game addiction? I'm guessing that right now you're watching this video with like Call of Duty 4 playing in the background. Even if you're not playing it, you have to like listen to the soundtrack. Like, I'm guessing, right? How many people in the chat room right now are not just paying attention to what's going on with this live video and they're recording? They're actually playing a game. Told ya. Told ya. I just know this stuff, man. I just know this stuff. Step number 1. Admit that you've got a problem. As cliche or as cheesy it may sound, the first step to recovery is to admit to yourself and others that you have a problem. Use the beginning sentence of this article as a starter. My name's Chris Pirillo, and I'm tetrasized. That wasn't so hard to say. Step number 2. Identify the problem. Is it a particular game you're addicted to? Is it a genre of games? Be sure to find out exactly what it is that you're addicted to. So, for instance, if you've got a dealer that you go to get puzzle games, the first one's always free, but it's from then on the demos, and then it just kind of racks up, and before you know it, you've spent your life savings on puzzle games that just don't really bring any meaning to your life. Is it just puzzle games that really suck you in which case you might try a different game that you don't like as much, and it might break your addiction to the puzzle games. I don't know. I'm reaching here. I'm just trying to help, okay, guys? Because I was told that you have a problem. That's one of the reasons why you're probably watching this video, because you're laughing at everybody else thinking that they have the problem. When in fact, I know it's you who's watching this video who's got the problem. Step number 3, identify the triggers. And no, I don't mean the A button. Or these little triggers. Triggers are mental and physical cues that cause you to want to indulge in your addiction, namely, play games. Try to figure out what kind of things make you want to play video games. Maybe it's a particular website that you go to online that starts your video gaming frenzy. Maybe it's being around certain people that make you crave a game or two. Do your best to figure out what kind of triggers make you want to play games. It's true. Maybe you need better friends. Maybe you just need friends, period. Step number 4, plan out your recovery. Quitting video games cold turkey might seem like the best way to stop your addiction, but in reality, most people fail trying to quit completely. Your best quote-unquote game plan would be to gradually wean yourself off of video games. Make yourself an ending date when you'd want to be completely free of video games, then create steps up to that ending date with mini goals, kind of like a mini boss, that you'd want to achieve. For example, instead of playing for 20 plus hours a week, try cutting it down to 18 hours a week, and then so on and so forth. Don't get discouraged if you don't reach your goals. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and your addiction won't go away overnight. And then step number 5, carry out your plan. Start working on executing the plan. If you find out that your plan is too hard, then ease up on it a bit. Maybe there's like some difficulty setting you can trip. If you discover that your ending date happens to be the release date of StarCraft 2, postpone your ending date so you can indulge instead of potentially becoming an addict again. Whatever you do, be flexible with your options, but stick with your plan at all costs. Not to make light of a very serious situation. I mean, they call it Evercrack for a reason. Does anybody still play Evercrack? Am I dating myself again? Which is unfortunately what a lot of gamers do, is date themselves because they don't have much of a life outside of the Matrix. How many hours a week do you spend playing games? Okay, so you've got that time, but more importantly, I'm curious to know how old you are, and if you have a job, or if you're in school. Because I know a lot of people play a lot of video games. I wonder how they get their work done. I mean, that's the one thing, you really don't see me playing a lot of games unless it's a casual game, pick it up, put it down, and then I'm done with it. But I know we've got people of all ages who are in the chat room or who subscribe to the video feeds. Anyway, I'm just curious to know. I mean, do you feel you have an addiction? Is it not just an addiction, it's a way of life? Do you make money from gaming? I know some people who do. What really? Give me your thoughts. Is video game addiction a serious problem? Have you ever? No. Let's add something. Another talking point. Have you ever lost a relationship because of gaming? Have you ever gained a relationship because of gaming? Just curious to know. I mean, there's some good stories in here. My email address is chris@pirillo.com. And if you can break away from the games long enough to send me an email, that's cool. If not, you can just leave a comment, follow up, whatnot. And you're also welcome to stop by our chat room, and I know it's full of gamers. How do I know this? Because it doesn't matter what we're talking about. We could be talking about sand, and inevitably someone will ask, PS3 or Xbox 360? It just happens, right? It's like they got no moderation. I'm sure these are the same people that in the middle of math class, just shout the same things. Teachers probably look at them, with a cocked head like a dog might look. Does your dog ever do that to you? Especially when you're playing a video game? Like when you make the wrong move? Wicket does that to me all the time. So does my wife. She's lucky. She doesn't realize she's lucky, but she's lucky I don't play a lot of video games. And the games that I do are just kind of very, don't get sucked into them, don't get drawn into them for one important reason. I can easily become addicted. So the way I keep myself from becoming addicted is I just don't start. I have fun casually. I'm a casual kind of gamer. Don't ask me what that was. It was nothing. I was trying to be cool, and I came off looking like a nerd. Happens. Anyway, you're welcome to join us in the chat room, where we're streaming this live video feed out over the internet pretty much all the time. And when I say that, I mean 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.